So you had a bad day. I think people really underestimate how having a bad day can really mess with like everything. It can really mess with everything. You can have a bad day. It can ruin your entire relationship. It can ruin like your entire life, quite frankly. And when you encounter something like a bad day, I know the question that a lot of people have is, what do you do? How do you handle a bad day? How do you get through a bad day because of the potential it has to really essentially destroy everything about you? When I've had a bad day, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It's gotten to me. I'm not afraid to admit that bad days in my past have really affected my behaviors, affected how I've treated people. It's affected how not only I've treated like my colleagues and my associates, but also my loved ones. It's made me upset with them because I can't handle what I encountered that specific day. And it was absolutely not fair to them. It wasn't fair to them at all. And I think they call that displacement, when you're emotionally hurt or psychologically hurt and you have to find a way to release your aggression, and you usually choose people who don't deserve it. Who don't deserve it. Maybe they do deserve it, but like it's not for that. It's for something else that happened like 10 years ago. You know what I'm trying to say. And we have a habit of doing that, Um, it's like almost like a reflex. You need to find someone or something to let out that angst on. And sadly, for our loved ones and the people we care about, they're just close enough to catch that aggression. And then, if that's not bad enough, because that's in my opinion, that's already bad enough. If that's not bad enough, what we'll also do is we'll take it out on our purpose. Like our purpose suffers because of a bad day we had. We'll end up setting ourselves like 2 years back because we end up destroying the progress we had for our purpose. We'll sabotage it. We'll give up. We'll toss out the books or the information that we need to improve ourselves, or we'll delete our social media, or we'll burn bridges with connections that we had. And it's like this type of self-hatred where we're trying to like punish ourselves for something we encountered. And it's really devastating. It's really devastating. And this is just like the PG-13 version, guys. This is like the really like surface level behavior that usually comes with having a bad day. Now we can go deeper and go into like the more tragic and violent ways people deal with having a bad day. But I don't want to get into that in this video. Maybe I'll make a longer video going down that path, with the workplace shootings and the betrayals and the massacres and the violence, like assaulting someone and catching a charge and the domestic violence and the plots to destroy someone that you feel is responsible, like not like not like get like some type of high school type of vengeance. I'm talking about like a full-blown like plan to like really just destroy everything about this target. I'm not gonna get into that here. That's definitely something for a longer video. But what I want to focus on right now is, how do you handle a bad day? The first thing you need to really do to handle a bad day is to understand that life is not on your time. There are things in the universe that are just outside of our control. Um, Anything can happen on any day of the week at any moment And while you can control certain aspects of your life, there's going to be a moment where you're going to be outside of control, or you're going to be out of control of the situation, and it's going to happen frequently. That's just life. Sometimes it's just pure chaos. And with that, what can compound onto that are also the aspects of a bad day that are within our control, like associating with someone that you know doesn't like you, associating with someone who you feel is jealous, associating with someone who you are aware is plotting to just make you miserable. We will often deal with people like this knowing what they're capable of. And, then when something bad happens to us, we'll get upset with get upset with them, or get upset with the people we care about, when we're associating with someone that we know, or a group of people that we know have some type of animosity towards us, because we either want to fit in, we want money, we want some type of benefit or whatever. And then, there's other aspects where it's just straight up your fault or my fault. It's one of the situations where, you don't exercise for like a year, and then, you end up being rejected, because you're not attractive, and people have been reminding you of, the fact that you need to stay in shape and take care of your body and A, B, C, and D. And I'll take care of it next time. And then years and years go by, and now you're upset because people don't want to be around you because, you look disgusting. So it's a combination of random chaos, making the wrong connections, associating with the wrong people, and just procrastinating to do what needs to be done. When all three of these factors come together, it can result in a bad day. And sometimes it can result in a bad week, a bad month, a bad year. So the only thing you can really do is control what you can control. And the only thing you can really control in this world is yourself. When you encounter a bad day, you have to take responsibility for the things that you didn't, prepare for. And then when it comes to chaos, you just have to that's just the way it is. I did the best I could, and I just ran into a problem that was beyond my control. When you do this, guys, I'm telling you, the bad days that you have are going to be a lot easier to handle, because you'll know that you did everything you could that's within your power to make the right decision, to produce the best outcome. And when the bad day comes and all your hard work just wasn't good enough, you'll have this, in some small way, you'll know that you did everything possible that you could. And you'll still hurt, you'll still suffer, and you'll still go through it, all the dark emotions, but you'll go through it knowing that you did everything that you possibly could. And it just didn't work out. And you'll grieve and you'll suffer. But eventually, if you did everything that within your power, to control what you can control, you will be able to rise again and move on. And that bad day, it'll be a thing of the past. And you'll be worried about the future and how to prepare yourself for what's going to happen next. Now, I know you guys probably don't like this answer, but it's the most realistic answer I can provide for you guys. It's the most realistic answer I can provide for you without, giving you some BS. So I'm probably going to come back to this topic in the future. So stay tuned for that. But I just want to share my thoughts on this now, because one of my friends hit me up about having a bad day. And I wanted to go into that with you guys, because I'm pretty sure whoever's watching this, and whoever you are, you've had a bad day. And this is the best way for me to address it. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions, concerns. I try my best to get back to you as quickly as I can with the most information I can within reason. Because sometimes life is just cruel. That's just the most realistic answer I can give you. And despite all of that, I still believe it's worth living. So thank you guys so much for watching. And I've been on Act Clear, and you guys have been amazing. Take care, guys.